Hello chess friends and welcome to another game analysis. In this video we will cover the game from the round 4 between the two grandmasters, leader on the board after round 3, Jan Nepomniachtchi and another Russian player, Sergey Karjakin. They play one very exciting game, and Jan opens the game with move e4, Sergey play e5. We have knight to f3, knight to c6, and then bishop to c4. So this is one Italian game or gioco piano. And Sergey in this position play bishop to c5. We have c3 preparing d3 or d4 plan. So knight to f6, and then Jan played d3. So we have d6, and Jan played the move castle. In this position, idea for white is to develop his pieces on the best squares, like he can do with the rook on e1 and then transpose the knight from b1 to d2, after that to f1 and then on g3. But here Sergey play a6, and right now his idea is to control square b5, so he can develop a bishop from the square c8 to e6 and then trade light colored bishop. But Jan played bishop to b3, and he's ready to escape. If black goes with the bishop on e6, he can escape on c2. So we have bishop to a7 move, and then h3, h6, and rook to e1. After that, Sergey decided to play one very sharp line, and he chose to organize a strong attack on the king side with the move g5. After that, knight goes to h2, controlling the square g4, and the rook goes to g8. And now it is clear that black will not make the castle on the king side, so Jan played bishop to e3, offer bishop for trade, and then we have g4, h capture g4, and then knight capture on g4. And in this position, Jan played the move with the queen, so he wants to include the queen in his defense on the king side, and queen on f3. So he's supporting the bishop on e3, and also he tried to mate on f7. So Sergey here played rook to g7. After that, bishop capture on a7. But it looks logical for us that Sergey will recapture on a7 with the knight or with the rook, but he wants to play a few moves in between. So first he capture on h2, and right now that knight attacks the queen, so we do not have enough time to move bishop back from the square a7, and king to h7. h2 was played, so he played another move in between, which is a check with the queen to h4. So king goes back to g1. He cannot cover the check with the queen because bishop is guarding the square h3. And after king goes to g1, we have bishop to g4, attacks the queen, and queen need to go somewhere, so queen goes to e3. And right now it is time to capture the bishop on a7 with the knight, because black wants to keep the chance for long castle. After that, Jan developed the knight from the square b1 to d2. His idea is to transpose the knight on f1, and after that maybe on g3 or h2. So knight goes to c6, and we have g3, attacks the queen. So queen goes to h3, and then bishop to d1. Idea of the move bishop to d1 is to reduce the pressure and trade the material, because Jan followed the rule: if someone attacks you, then it is good to reduce material, and he offered bishop for trade. After that, Sergey capture on the d1, and we have rook from a1, capture d1, and after that Sergey makes the long castle. So that means that he will include the rook from the d8 in the future attack, like rook to g8 or rook to h8. So we will see. Queen goes to f3, and then Sergey played a move a rook to h8. Now his idea is clear: he wants to support the h pawn, and he'll try with h5 and h4. Knight goes to f1. Knight can be transposed on e3, and after that to f5, or also on h2. So we have h5, and then knight goes to e3. We have h4, which is a very strong attack on the pawn on g3. So white cannot do anything with that, so he cannot pass with pawn, he cannot capture, because that will open the check. So the best thing he can do is to reduce material and trade the queens. So he moves the queen from f3 to f5, gives a check and attacks the queen. So queen capture on f5, And then knight recapture on f5 attacks the rook, and also support the pawn on g3, also attack on h4. Then we have rook to g5, still makes the pressure on g3. So rook e3 was played. Of course, it is clear that white cannot capture the pawn on h4 because rook will recapture on h4. White cannot take it back because that would be a check. So after rook g5, we have rook to e3, and then black goes with the king to d7. We have king to g2, support one more time, pawn on g3. After that, h capture on g3, and then Jan play with the rook, and he captured g3, offered rooks for trade. Sergey accept that, and he captured the rook on g3, so king recapture on g3, and then Sergey offered knights for trade. So they want to simplify this position, and knight capture on e7, king recapture on e7. We have one symmetric pawn structure. So in this position, Jan played the move king to f3, and then rook gives a check on h3. So it is a check, but the pawn on d3 is already defended from the rook on d1, and Jan played the move king goes to g2. He wants to kick out the rook from the square h3, and rook goes back to h8. So they decided to repeat the position 3 times. So king goes to f3, rook to h3, king g2, and after rook to h8 they agree for a draw, and this game finished with a draw. After the 4 rounds, Jan makes 3.5 points, and Sergey makes 2 points with the 4 draws. So we'll see what will happen in the other rounds, and still Jan is a leader on the board and on the tournament standings. So we have a lot of other good moves and good games to cover. So I hope you enjoyed this game analysis, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.